dive into topics, make new best friends. So grab a seat, get ready to go on the Glitz Podcast Show. Let's enjoy the flow. We'll discuss the latest trends and news, laugh and debate, leave your feels. Tim the man is your host. We'll keep the energy high. Putting tunes and stories that will touch the sky.
Yeah. Good day, y'all. We got a good show. It's my man, me and D Davis. It don't matter how many we got, we still gonna do it.
It's gonna be epic, dog. This one's gonna be epic.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm about to knock my light down. Wait a minute.
There you go.
We still
gonna put us in the dark.
Yeah, trying to put myself in the dark here. Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. And if you want to, you can actually comment live if need to in my chat. I get live chat that's live. If you got anything you want to say while we're doing it, you can definitely hit D Davis up, you know, if he got some if he got some controversial he don't like. You know, you might be sitting up with your little boo. Like, what did he say? Oh, I don't like what he said.
I'm trying to refrain from all of that stuff. We just gonna have a nice, simple conversation.
He can definitely say some stuff you don't like, y'all. He can't do it. But again, we got a good show. We're gonna get right into it. And man, it is what it is. We gotta do something about this stuff, man. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this. I'm gonna skim through it so we can get to talk about it. But this stuff is getting outrageous. Let me see what I got here. Let's start with this here.
Good evening. I'm Meredith Wexler.
No one, not even hard-working Black Americans. I mean, I'm telling no lies here. Everywhere that group of people go, chaos follows. And no matter where you go, they're there. You can't go on a cruise ship because they done ghettoed it out. Have you seen the Carnival cruise ships? It looks like a... And if you haven't noticed, it's always the same group of people. You know, loud, bonnets, pajamas, big-ass eyelashes that flutter. You know, the EBT crowd. I mean, it's gotten so bad that you won't catch me at a Juicy Crab or a Cheesecake Factory or even a McDonald's for that matter.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of Black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that Black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating Black people or not hating Black people, they just don't care.
Polite savage.
This town needs an enema.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. Well, you polite savages, I don't think you understand that nobody needs to do business with you. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, nobody needs your money to the point where if you're not there, they're going to go out of business. They are not dependent on you. They haven't been dependent on your business for years, since the boycotts. So there's only one thing to do. You want to use the facilities, act like you've been somewhere before. Jesus H. Christ, what are we doing? Fighting, cussing, staying up all night, twerking in public, things that people don't want to look at. And just because you think Carnival Cruise is the turn-up cruise doesn't mean it's the turn-up cruise. Oh yes, Chris Rock had a skit years ago, and we are locked in an epic battle. Ninjas and Black people, and the ninjas are winning.
Now, we got a lot of things, a lot of racism going on. Who's more racist, Black people or white? Black people. You know why? Because we hate Black people too. Everything white people don't like about Black people really don't like. There's some going on with Black people right now. It's like a civil war going on with Black people. And there's two sides. Black people and there's niggas got to go. Every time
cannot wear this at the airport unless you're flying Spirit or Frontier. Delta, Southwest, no, Spirit and Frontier. Okay? It's gonna get you the full line of safe.
When you start making it in this world, it's time to move away from the bad behavior that actually kept you down in the first place. I mean, you got to take accountability for this. We can't Tootsie slide our way out of this. We can't say anything except this has to change. It doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to go around and see people acting like fools and that thus changing the whole perception of you when you have nothing to do with it. And I see a whole bunch of people say, why are we worried about what other people think of us? Stupid. Because you live in a world with other people. You don't have a closed ecosystem, a closed economical system where you can just do what you want to do and only deal with each other. No, you are forced, absolutely forced to deal with other people of the greater community who look at you and wonder, what the hell are you thinking? And guess what? Half of these folks could give a damn about you one way or the other. They just wish you would go away and not get in their business. But when you interject yourself, when they're on a cruise and you're up here acting a damn fool, what do they think? Well, every time they go somewhere, this is what they do. And you do nothing, absolute nothing to fight that stereotype except throw on your bonnet, get hella drunk, twerk in public, and act like a damn fool. And while you're at it, pull your damn pants up. You were raised better than that. It's time to tell the truth and shame the devil. It's time to look ourselves in the eye and say one thing, and one thing is true. You cannot go around claiming black excellence if you're showing black ignorance. So let's indeed go back to the social currency and the respectability that we had in the past, when it was a lot tougher on us, when we didn't have these advantages, where we couldn't go every place that we wanted to go, where every time we stepped out of the house, we were on display, we were judged appropriately. Our entire family.
You don't know what happened?
No, what happened?
You know the Diddy trial, the verdict came in.
What happened?
Life.
No.
Yep.
You lying.
Nah, bro. They said that they convicted him on everything.
You lying.
Yes, bro. They
you
said
lying. Hold on. I gotta
5
Google
cases.
You be playing.
Yeah, I do be playing, but I'm
serious. You be playing.
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
Okay, I'm playing now. All righty, man.
You are playing. I don't trust you.
Diddy, I told you I was gonna beat them charges, but I'm on Woody ass.
And after nearly a 2-month trial with 34 witnesses and hours of salacious testimony, a jury of 8 men and 4 women finds Sean Diddy Combs not guilty of racketeering and trafficking, but guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution.
He got acquitted for the trafficking, all the big ones, the racketeering, not guilty. They only got him for like 2 counts, and that was for so literally while we're talking right now, he could be walking out if the judge said, like, literally we're updating.
We're literally
because he could be walking out right now while we're talking.
Okay, I was like, life, damn. Yeah, I know he ain't no Rico. He might get a Frico charge, but
The judge is currently deciding right now whether Combs will actually be released today. His defense arguing that since the music mogul was acquitted of the most serious crimes, he should be able to go home.
A little later.
Diddy has just been denied bail after he was found not guilty of sex trafficking and racketeering, but convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy's lawyers had asked the judge to release him so he could await sentencing in his Miami mansion, claiming he needs to take care of his 85-year-old mother, Janice. But the judge denied the $1 million bond request, citing Diddy's, quote, years-long pattern of violence. A sentencing date has been set for October 3rd, but Diddy's team is already pushing to expedite it.
Everyone should be terrified by AI at this point.
Come sharking with me, y'all. The ninjas is outside. Ooh, y'all, look at him.
What's up? Wait a minute. I would think that I would get that this is AI, just judging from the long ass nails that this young brother has. But you know, it's 2025. You just never know that nowadays. So it could be real.
Fine,
yeah, like look at like the man, women in the background. Again, I guess it's 2025. You just don't know, right?
Hey, where you from?
These niggas think this shit like.
Last week,
It
AI
do look
videos
real,
took
though.
over timelines
Whoa.
on X after this video was posted on a pretty large account without even acknowledging that it was AI at all. And it seems like that post was removed after they were called out for posting a clearly artificial video. A black woman eating fried chicken, black sin and all. And honestly, when I was scrolling, it almost got me. When I first watched it, I didn't realize it was fake or AI at all until she scarfed down the whole entire steaming chicken leg, bone and all.
You cut off your friend for missing your birthday dinner, but not the man who forgot your birthday?
But after that video, it seemed like the AI floodgates bursted open and my timeline was flooded with black AI influencer videos. And it's really scary and unsettling because of the implications of what can be done with videos like this, especially in the hands of anyone that has malicious intent against an individual or community in the very near future. But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Wait, because like, why does everybody think I'm AI? That's so crazy. I genuinely don't know why everybody is saying that. I'm a human being just like you guys.
The fact that she's not real at all is still crazy to me. And people just scrolling through their phones or lacking critical thinking skills like the average person probably wouldn't pick up on the very small things that give away this video as AI. Like the hand glitch at the beginning or her tattoo changing throughout the video, which again makes this so scary. And on top of that, she's refusing to even admit that she's AI, which is super weird.
Hey, Laquifa, looks like your baby daddy ended up at my crib again.
Laquifa.
You better buy a leash if you don't want him here no more because he's always running to me. Bye, boo.
AI videos like this are possible in the first place because we've been feeding the internet our data, faces, mannerisms, voices for over a decade now.
We've been the product the entire time. Actually, the business model of social media is really genius if you think about it. You've created a company that sources content based off of people's wants to be validated or people's wants to feel connected or have attention. You feed it in, they put advertisements on it, they make money. Oh, but wait, there's more. There's this extra step where now they're taking the data of your faces and creating AI generation and are generating AI images and video. And let me also say this. My greatest fear is to be convicted of a crime and they got a video of my ass doing some shit that I never did. And you can never tell. Now, also, this is being released publicly. Imagine how much this technology has been available commercially or governmentally behind scenes. How many years have this been utilized? It's actually crazy to think about. It actually makes me think, what has occurred over the last decade and a half that we all thought that that person was definitely guilty, but it happened to be some AI generation appropriately. But this is absolutely transforming our world here today. And shit, I am in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Anybody that's down or living by the downtown, midtown, Buckhead area, you guys have seen the cars that have been driving around, the Waymos, the Teslas. There's nobody in the damn driver's seat. And these cars are driving better than humans. I was in a car the other day with one of my homegirls, and there was somebody that was like pulling out of a parking spot, and just, it was a woman. The way that she was doing this shit, I was just like, revoke her license. Okay. We go up to the next stoplight, right? We go around her who's doing some odd parallel parking shit. We go around here, we go up to the stoplight. My homegirl says, because there's a Waymo across the street, driverless car. My homegirl says something to the effect of, oh my God, I'm so scared of those. And we watched as that car pulled over, waited for passengers to get into the car. They all got in and then pulled off, waited at the stoplight. And then when the stoplight turned green, just drove off. Those Waymos are driving better than a lot of humans. And I asked it a question. Would you prefer that Waymo to be driving or that girl in that car that we just saw trying to parallel park? And she didn't reply because she couldn't, because she knew deep down what she felt like watching us try to go around this woman who obviously couldn't parallel park. But all right, though, guys, I wanted to have this AI discussion. I want to continue on having more of these. Let me know if you guys are interested in this content. I consider myself a degree of a futurist, so I love going over this AI content as well as sharing tips and tricks that I utilize in order to make my life way more easy, way more happy with it. So let me know if you want me to go into more discussions. But that has been your video here today. I have been your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, and I'll check you soon. Until next time. Peace.
All right, there you have it, people. Oh man, you know, there's so much to talk about. Oh man, I mean, I need to crack my shoulder on this one. Let me ask you this, man. How you feel about this AI stuff, man? Taking jobs. Is
I'm
AI
talking about it's
taking
scary.
jobs, or is AI
Well,
taking jobs,
yeah.
or do we need to go back to school just to retool ourselves?
No, AI is taking jobs, and that shit is scary. But the sad part about it is this: by the time we start, just like now, by the time we paying attention, it's too late.
Yeah.
This shit already there. It's already happening. It's been happening for years. I'm talking about, look at the Jetsons, look at Star Trek, all of that shit. They had flip phones on
Well, they
Star
told us
Trek,
it
dog.
was
They had
coming. They
big.
told us it was coming.
It life imitates art all day long, dog. You understand? This shit was happening. They was building cars that went on water. They was building hovercrafts. They was building electric bikes. They was building AI. Dog, I got a dog right now that wrote a cookbook. The all AI generated. He ain't did none of this shit, and it's selling like a motherfucker. Just like you got the guy that used AI to pass the bar. I'm gonna tell you this. This the worst part that people ain't paying attention to it. But this the part that they ain't paying attention to. It's gonna hurt a lot more black women than it's gonna hurt black men.
That's funny you said that, because they just was talking about with the Google laying off 7,000, PG, which is Procter and Gamble. What's the other one? The federal building. You know, federal job.
Yeah, but because they got the computer to do all that.
Well, I'm just saying, they said that who is affected mainly is women.
Right. And this is why. Because men can use their hands, bro. They can. Who you think gonna have to finish? Who you think gonna have to finish building them houses that the Mexicans left? I'm just being honest. Men can go out there and plow yards. Men can go out there and cut grass. Men can paint houses.
Right.
Women gonna have to change, and in this society,
change how
they don't
how
like to do hard. They don't want one more time. They're gonna have to get back out there to planting gardens. They're gonna have to get back out there to babysitting. They're gonna have to get back out there to doing things.
So they
got away from.
So what they got to get back to their womanly positions?
All right, now, so there you go with that bullshit. That's the stereotype, but they are going to have to get into the active. And yeah, but then watch this. You got a lot of women that's truck drivers. You got a lot of women that's doing a lot of things that men do. So no, it's not going to kill them all. But the majority of the ones that's been making 100,000, sitting at home, taking vacations, sitting on Instagram, making you know how easy their job was. What they done told on themselves. And what they done did, they done made people understand that a robot can actually take their job. If you calling somebody just for their opinion,
right?
If you calling somebody just for statistical things, if you calling somebody just for their advice, AI can give you all of that shit. The scary part about it is AI don't have the empathy and sympathy that a human being will have to a person. So therefore, they giving them the straight facts, the straight truth, whether it hurt
stop right there,
or whether
you actually hit on my next question. How scary really is AI? How scary is it?
It's dangerous because AI can have your kid commit suicide. AI can have a grown-up commit suicide. Because this is what people don't live, because we live in a society of followers. So if somebody come on that you trust and you believe, man, you got people on here that is actually dating AI people, and they tell you, I got an AI dude that I talk to. I got an AI dude that he tells me everything I want to hear. Because one more time, with the shortage of men, with the shortage of all this other stuff, people just want to feel needed. I'm talking about people just want to feel entitled to having something they
Why
care
aren't they
about them.
going to other human beings to get that?
because you got it's a preference nowadays. I'm telling you, man, all you got to do is look at the fact of how people react to animals now. They try to find love from anywhere other than a human because watch this, a human's love is subjective, bro.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
AI is dangerous. And one more time, because here go the thing that's so crazy about AI and us as black people. Let's talk about real.
Right.
We're not going to learn how to properly use it.
Yeah,
We're not going to learn how to use it to benefit us. We're going to learn how to use it for all the bullshit that comes with AI.
All the dumb stuff, man. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Because watch this, it's just like stocks, but it's an already saturated.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. You went out, I ain't hear you. Turn your camera off and just keep your thing on. It probably work better that way. See if it worked that way. I can't hear you. Sound like you didn't went out. That's a say something. Can you? Okay, go out and come back in. But we lost him for a second, y'all. That's all right. I'm just still flabbergasted about this AI stuff. Man, I don't know. What they say about the year 2035, 80% of jobs will be gone because of AI. 80% of jobs. What we gonna do? 80% of jobs. Most people need to go back and retool themselves, get re-skilled. You're gonna have to find something which AI can't address. I don't know. You gotta like D Davis just said. Hopefully he come back in. Man, you gotta find something with your hands, something that AI is not gonna be able to do. It's pretty much gonna be able to do a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. I tell you, it's gonna be able to do a lot of stuff, man. Let me see if we can get him back home. But yeah. Oh well, man. I don't know. Y'all give me a comment, comment, like, and share. If you got something to say about AI in the comments, hit me in the comments and live chat. Tell me what you think about the AI. How scary really is it? And what do you think we going with this thing sooner or later? I don't know. Oh well, let's get to the Diddy stuff. This is exactly why I didn't even address it last week, even with the case going on, because I wanted to wait till a week after just to see what they were going to do. Were they going to release him? What is he going to get? Things of that nature. So I just tried to do that.
Talking to yourself?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking to the people. Probably you turn your camera off. You know how you did last week.
Yeah, but I thought it was like I say on my end. Can you hear now?
Yeah, go ahead. It's good. Yeah, leave it like
that.
that.
But like I say, but everything be full go on my end. They say the studio kicked it out, but I ain't gonna worry about that. Where we at?
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the little Diddy stuff. We hit that a little bit. I was telling the people that's why I didn't talk about it last week, because I didn't know what the judge was gonna get him, which way they was gonna go. Was they gonna release him? Was they gonna hold him? Was they gonna deny him bail? I just wanted to wait to this week, which is now, which is Clips Podcast, at Clips Podcast, exactly, so I can make my opinion. Me personally, I believe, according to the Fed chart I was looking at, they're gonna rate it at a level 16, or probably less than a level 16, which is like 21 months, which is, like you say, time served. They're gonna knock it down, and then eventually, man, it's gonna be probation, man. I mean, that's in a nutshell. But do you think do you think he's going to jail at all, or you think they're gonna go ahead and just let him out like like I say probation. You might say they go.
No, I kind of think. First of all, I think it's the setup game. And what I mean when I say this, because they hope this is what they hoping on. They hoping on his arrogance to have his ass right back in court on some bullshit. Yeah, they gonna give him something like probation. They gonna give him something like enough time to get out there and believe, let people get in his ear and make people believe that he beat the feds, he beat people, and then they'll start picking him up for bullshit. And then now it won't be your first offense, or now it won't be your first time in court. Now they'll have you, and then they'll start tying shit together if it's that serious. Hopefully Puffy get out that motherfucker and go back to doing some real legitimate business and keeping his nose clean so these motherfuckers can't go back and lock him up for some other bullshit. Because all of this, at the end of the day, it was a bullshit trial. Mm-hmm. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of money. It was good for entertainment. Yeah, but it wasted the shit out of a lot of taxpayers' money. You got 34 motherfuckers that's testifying against one dude in a RICO case. Come on, man. Right. A lot of shit got to make sense to people so it can add up. They made him out to be a horrible ass dude. So, okay, we know that. I'm talking about people close to him probably already knew that, but now the world knew it. So when you destroy... Huh?
So, go ahead.
But when you destroy somebody's character, dog, that's almost basically destroying the person. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So now he got to go back and try to build relationships that motherfuckers took away just by the allegations. And then, most importantly, redeem who he is, because regardless to what somebody say, you still gonna have the people on the other side that think or that believe that he did everything that a motherfucker said he did.
So, with that being said, how do you feel about what's her name, Ventura?
I believe Cassie opened up. She opened up a can of jail.
You think she should go to jail?
First of all, I don't think none of them should go to jail with the same shit that everybody do on an everyday basis. I believe that she, at the end of the day, she gonna get what she deserves. And what she gonna get is a whole lot of public scrutiny, a whole lot of people asking for her head on the chopping block. Because this is what happens when you decide to tell on somebody and your ass was part of the same shit that they did. Either they go get that person that they was after, or they go come get your ass. Because at the end of the day, something was wrong. Somebody thought that something was wrong. Somebody looked at it and thought that they could lock some people up. But at the end of the, but most importantly, everything that come out of this is that sometimes you get in what you put in. Yeah. You get out what you put in. Yeah. And Cassie put in just as much bullshit as Dog did, so she should get the same repercussions.
That's why it seemed like it's a you know how you push a little snowball off the hill.
Snowball effect, but
yeah, it seems like it's starting to roll on her now.
It should have rolled. It should have rolled on all of them at the same time. But because it only rolled on one dude, which should have drew suspicion from everybody from the gate, they should have realized that eventually we gonna have to get somebody else. It makes us look stupid.
Well, he was the scapegoat.
No, he was the goat. No, all these, no, he go to the scapegoat. They coming out the Cassie ass. They finna come out the couple of they finna go after a couple of more people that was on that stand now. They'll be the scapegoats. Yeah. You see, because at the end of the day, Puppy was the big fish. Right. So you can't catch a big fish, so now you gotta get some of these other motherfuckers that made themselves look stupid on the stand opening their mouth. Because what they did was a lot of shit that they told wasn't a lot of shit that they agreed to immunity from. Yeah, yeah. Just like how they got the dude coming back to try to sue Cassie for terminating the baby. He didn't even know he had till you got to this trial and people start mumbling and start talking about she got pregnant from one of the niggas.
That's what he said too. You open your mouth. You should have kept your mouth shut.
Nah, you're not getting it. This one thing about us as urban people. You let them talk long enough, bro. They gonna tell on themselves. What's the number one rule that they've been saying for First 48 for the last 10 years? First 48 been up. If you don't say shit, you don't go to jail. What they end up doing? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they say right.
The nigga that go, the guy that go in there and they say, I want a lawyer. Yeah. Then they cut the show off. The show cut off.
They give him a cigarette and a slice of piece of the coke, and they start telling him.
When you're watching that show and you see the dude, you see the dude do this. It's over. He been to jail.
Yeah.
When he put his hand on his forehead, he been to jail.
Yeah, the forehead. You had to put the hand on it.
Oh, when his head hit his forehead, he finna tell it all, brother. He finna let you have it. So it all go full circle. You keep your mouth shut and make them do their job. But they can always hustle the ones that's scared.
So what do you think? How do you think Puffy's life gonna be? Let's say he do the probation, they only give him 1 year. How do you think his life gonna be back in the world once he get out? Like if he gonna have
it's gonna be
I'm saying, is the same people gonna come back around, or he got to make new friends? What do you think?
Well, first of all, you know them people coming back around because they broke as fuck. they was living off of the dude. Come on, man. He wasn't getting away with the bullshit. He wasn't getting away with all that shit just because he was good to people. He was taking care of people to act that way.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, a lot of them coming back because a lot of them go swear up and down. They ain't say the shit that people said that they said. Now, a lot of them go get a lot, but see, here go the problem that a lot of them go have. And see, this is where you got to be aware of. Because a lot of them motherfuckers will go out and say somebody did something to him under the direction of him.
Yeah.
And see, this is why that's why he got to be careful. They gonna put him on papers, and hopefully some shit happen.
Yeah.
And they gonna accuse him of doing the shit.
Yeah,
and then at the end of the day, now everybody can sit there just like if something happened to Cassie. First thing they gonna say is he did it. Nigga, look at all the shit that she took. But watch this, and just like they showing you with the AI shit, they can have it on video, and that motherfucker be a million miles away from the shit, bro.
Yeah, you see that, man? They get a picture of you and me, and bro, they can have us doing it.
They don't need to watch this.
This
This what y'all don't get. They don't need a picture of me and you when they already got the cloud, nigga. You in the cloud already.
Yeah.
That's where they get this shit from.
Like you said, we didn't got enough data with our cell phones.
That's right. Text messages.
Need us no more.
Look, voice communication, face ID. You done gave it to them. We thinking we got live ass phones. Nigga, you got a phone right now that if you look up 3 porn sites, your phone will start sending you porn shit.
Yeah.
The algorithms, nigga, they already know what you like.
Yeah, and give you what you like the most of.
That's why these kids get drove down the rabbit hole. These people be sitting there telling my kid got childproof shit on. No, them algorithms will find out what this boy into.
You ain't lying.
And start sending him shit that he ain't even got to look up.
Oh,
come on, man. Watch this. This is the craziest shit about the internet. The internet connects so many people together, but it divides everybody in the home.
Well, I mean,
you never see
it divides everybody.
Because if you on your phone and your wife on her phone and your kids on their phone, y'all ain't got shit in common.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't talking to each other. Y'all ain't sharing the videos unless it's some bullshit.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't know what your child looking at because you're too busy looking at your own shit.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you sit there and say, okay, what kind of music these kids listen to? I don't know, because we don't listen to the same shit. We don't ride in. When you riding in the car with your kid got headphones on listening to his phone. Y'all ain't even listen to the same. We don't even watch TV with our kids, man. These phones divide them because if it's not just the kids, it's the adults that can't stay off the motherfuckers. That's just like people sit there and say, you want a kid to go throughout a whole school day to get high or smoke cigarettes, and he should be able to control it. But you got grown-ups that got to take smoke breaks. You got grown-ups that got to sneak out and get high on lunch breaks or have a drink on lunch break. Because at the end of the day, so why would you believe a kid can control it?
I forgot what the stats, but talking about how many the average cell phone a day. I mean, you just that's moving right along.
This shit ain't. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah
I can hear you, but you fade.
Okay.
It's reconnected. See, it's connecting then that type of shit.
I don't know what's going on with this tonight. You know, it picks a where it be.
Like I said, I got all the bars up. It's got everything going. It just ain't just sitting right.
You can hear me now, right?
I can. Good as hell. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Anytime I
so
say,
you
can you hear me? Then it's talking about.
Yeah, but because I was just gonna give you credit that you fixed it. You hear me?
No, it's doing that itself. It ended on that with this carnival. Man, on this cruise.
You talk about Carnival Cruise?
Yeah, what's wrong with our people, man? I mean, the brother said, I heard the brother say that, man, you wait to get on fight.
Yeah, but you gotta understand this. Can you hear me?
Ain't no land in sight.
But can you understand this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
You get what you pay for. You understand that part?
I signed up all bonnet wearing, twerking, everybody getting high on the deck stuff.
Yeah, but you got on that cruise for the cheap price, just like everybody else got on the cruise for the cheap price.
But should I still be subject to that type of atmosphere?
That's it, dog. That's like going in a bar in the hood. You know, it might be some shooting in that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about this me. Like the guy on there and say, well, we didn't evolve. We got better jobs. We got this.
Right.
Well, nigga, you paid for where you want to be comfortable at.
That's true. You know what they
because
say,
one more time, they had that shit. They cutting up on the flights, nigga. They cutting up in line.
They sure is, man.
Listen, you already know what it's gonna be. Now here go your next problem. You get on the ship with 10 bras that by themselves, and you on there with your one man.
Oh.
And you ain't think he gonna be looking. You don't think they're gonna be proud when you get black people and alcohol somewhere, man.
Oof.
And watch this, like on them cruise ship, they give you 15 to 20 drink tickets.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's supposed to even be thinking about drinking all that shit in one day?
Yeah, you get your car loaded.
Yeah. But if you getting on a motherfucking cruise for $300, then you gonna get $300 worth of bullshit. Shit. Because if we didn't evolve that much, we'll be buying our own goddamn yachts. And watch this. Look at the chaos that go on the yacht, the private yachts.
Yeah, but notice what you're saying. Private. That's private.
It still don't. That's what you don't. When you let certain people in the door, they pay their money. They just as entitled to that shit as you.
That's why you got to find the one that's gonna be family friendly. Forget that movie.
Yeah, one more time. Them the ones. Watch it. That's your problem. The family friendly. When you bringing motherfuckers on there that don't deserve to be on there.
Yeah. You gotta get the one.
Oh, come on, man.
Most food stamps can't afford. You gotta get the one that most food stamps.
That's the only way. That's the only way you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Shit, you know how to weed out your cousin because there's some cruises that we can't afford to take.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Get on one of them.
And them the good look.
Alaska 7 day. They ain't nobody.
Or them motherfuckers they on there for 3 months, nigga. They went around the world. But they'll have no problems on that motherfucker.
They having a ball on that baby. Yes.
But on Carnival, nigga, Carnival give everybody the cruise ship experience.
You get head punch, everything on that baby. Hey, look.
Yeah, but watch this. But they don't talk about the bullshit food. They don't talk about how half the time, that the cabins ain't, they ain't what they supposed to be. They don't talk about none of that shit. How they ain't paying them people on the cruise ship less than bullshit to work there, and then you got to tip these motherfuckers at the end. Then it's gratuity, nigga. So when them black people coming out, they pocket over $400 for a trip. Yeah, they gonna make the best of this bitch because they don't know when they come.
No money, really.
It ain't no money to your ass.
Like
But
Corey
on
Holcomb
some people.
Like Corey Holcomb said, he said, you leave one of them benches by the pool, and you leave it to go get something to drink, come back, somebody sit there, baby. You like, man, that was mad. And there go your fight right there. There go your fight.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Stop leaving your shit laying around. One more time, bro.
You get up to go get a drink or something. You right there.
But one more time, you got to understand where you at. If I come to your neighborhood right now, and I don't know the rules around your neighborhood, so bottom line, you got a lot of people that's on a cruise ship that ain't never been on one.
That's true.
You got a lot of motherfuckers that come on the cruise ship to break the rules. You know you ain't supposed to smoke weed, but they smoking weed anyway.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The fight comes when you let motherfuckers that can't afford to be somewhere end up there.
But why ain't we seeing the other nations of people? We got 18 nations of people on the earth. Why is just us?
Because them other people don't ride that shit.
Why is it just
They don't know.
us?
I'm talking about, listen, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is those are frivolous activities. We the one look at that shit and think we missing out on some shit. You forget the other nationalities work on that motherfucking boat, nigga. They can't afford to be on there kicking it. And the other light-skinned people we talking about, and the well-off black people, you don't see them on there.
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't gonna have that. Watch it. You ain't gonna see that shit on Tom Joyner cruise. Let me tell you why.
Oh, no.
And that's all black people.
Hey,
yeah, because you got 35. Wait,
that's a pat down. You get pat down. Make sure you got the credential.
Because you're paying $3,500 to get on that motherfucker. Right. See, let me show you something about it. It's almost the difference between public and private school. When your kid go to a private school, they know you paying $50,000. So going in there acting the ass is not gonna get. It's not tolerated, player.
Yeah, that ain't tolerated.
But when you going in there getting free services, motherfuckers don't really give a fuck about your behavior. Man. You get what you pay for, bro. You paying $350, $400 for a cruise. I agree with you. You know it's a good chance it's gonna be a fight on that.
Hey, you know what they say? Good food ain't cheap, and cheap food ain't good. So yeah, I agree.
That's right. And so one more time. So when you ask us why we acting the fool,
man,
we go. Oh, our intentions. This all you got to do. When they start buying tickets, we turning up. Turn up mean I'm finna act the fool.
Well,
and you always.
Go ahead.
When you got clusters of human beings like that, and I say because I done went a lot of times, it's majority women because women go on cruises with their girlfriend. But you always gonna have some. If you got a cluster of 10, 6 of them ain't gonna get chose. So that more is gonna make it harder for the other 4.
Right.
Then here go the next problem. They start getting jealous of each other.
Oh man.
Man, come on, man. First of all, everybody going to be seen, bro. They ain't going for the weather.
Yeah,
they ain't going to lay out on the beach.
Everybody got a whole bunch of money, and they got a pot to piss in when I'm throwing out. But yeah.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. They don't have a whole bunch of money.
I know. I'm saying
they can't. Yeah, so they sitting there following somebody else, and then by the time they get back home, they got a whole situation to deal with because they went on the trip. And somebody promised them they was gonna do A, B, and C. See, a lot of people go on trips depending on other motherfuckers. That's why you got a problem on trips.
Man, you doing that? You in bad shape already. But check this out.
Come on, man. We know how.
I just looked up the new rules that Carnival came up with. I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Some of the rules in the document include a 1 a.m. curfew for minors unless accompanied
by an adult.
Huh? Hold on.
Yeah, accompanied by an adult.
Yeah, accompanied by an adult. 21 years of age or older from the traveling party. Restrictions on personal listings devices for music or viewing movies and shows being used without headphones in public areas, and banned on handheld fans. Them fans and everybody, where the fans at?
Yeah, but that ain't. But that's the fan. But watch this. But that includes the fans on their neck. That includes the ones, the motherfuckers that got menopause with them. That includes all of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But one
I
more
think they come
time.
the ones with the step where they can step with the band.
Yeah, but understand the game with this.
Uh-huh.
And they break every last one of them rules you just see.
Well, this rules just came out 2 days ago. 2 days ago, they just brought these three.
And that's why they put them there because they put them there because they was breaking them.
No,
like you say,
they ain't
people
have them
get
in place. These brand new rules. They brand new.
Listen, no, but they brand new rules because people got tired of putting motherfuckers throwing them fans in their face with the boots on the ground and all that shit. And then motherfuckers got tired of look like you say. They got recorders, they got shit in their ears, they videotaping people. So now all of a sudden, you gotta have headphones on.
Well, you
don't need other people hearing you got.
Well, they started to also they started to lead people in on these islands who's unruly and their conduct is out of hand. They got a right in their conduct.
No, you're not listen.
You're
not. I just came back, motherfucker. Say get caught smoking weed, you got to find your own way home, nigga. And this me. That means be in the area where some weed smoking is, and your ass around it. You won't be getting back. You won't be coming back on that goddamn boat. That's why I don't understand. You know you gotta smoke weed. Ain't no sense of me getting on that boat, player.
There ain't no sense, huh?
Cause that ain't worth the time, brother. That ain't worth the time.
Y'all better realize out there, they got new rules for y'all. You go on these ships if you want to. You're gonna get left in St. Thomas, all these islands, and you got to find your way back, and food stamps and EBT cards ain't get you back.
But they go, let me show you the trick bag. You ready for the trick bag?
Yeah.
See, the trick thing is this. A lot of people take cruises because with a cruise you don't have to have a pass.
Yeah, depending on the island. Yeah, depending on the island, you don't. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's true. Okay. You there, Brother Davis? You went back out again, huh? Yeah, but y'all, man, I'm tell you, be careful out there when you go on this cruise. I like to go on a cruise myself, but man, now I got to really find out which one, because I ain't dealing with all that stuff. I just would like to go have a good time, meet some great people, and come back in one piece. I ain't going overboard, and you ain't throwing me overboard. If we go, we both going overboard. Yeah, but I ain't trying to go in there for that. I'm just trying to have a good time and come on back. Oh my God, let me see here. Oh my goodness. So they say the ninjas on there is getting wild. On the cruises. I just want to know from y'all in the chat, what's the next cruise you going on? And is it gonna be with the ninjas? Or you gonna find another cruise where you and or if you're taking your siblings or your kids or your wife, is it gonna be a cruise where you can have a good time and you can relax from not being at work, opposed to smelling weed and it's just a gang of people twerking and all. I mean, what's your next cruise gonna be like? Or you might be like, I'm cool with it. I'll go in there, as long as they don't mess with me. I'm just asking. Hit me in the chats. Let me know what you think. We lost Brother Davis. It's been a good show anyway. It don't matter. But man, this stuff, this whole world is totally out of hand. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me. Y'all chime in and tell me. Like, subscribe, share. By all means, Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. Oh, hold on, Brother Davis trying to come back in here. You there, Brother Davis?
You hear me?
Yeah.
But real quick before it click out again.
Well, turn your camera off so it'll let you do it.
But real quick before it click out again.
Yeah.
Just like I said, yeah, most people, but you don't have to have a passport to get to the island, but you ever had to have one to fly your ass home, brother.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to be real careful. I was just telling
Yeah.
people out there, you don't take this stuff for granted, man. You got to be careful. You can't go out here acting a fool in another country and they say, "Oh, I'm American." You better, man. Look, that nobody care. You
Hey, shit. Saying you're an American may make it worse. Like I say,
right. Like, you might want to be quiet. You're right. They're gonna be like, "We owe you anyway." So
people think I be bullshitting. No, real talk. You
uh,
probably won't sit your ass still for the next 4 years. Just between me and you. You probably don't want to keep going out of the country for a while,
yeah,
just for the next 4 years.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
in case these motherfuckers decide they gonna shut the door on you at any given
Yeah.
time.
Cause look, this man with that ink pen, he writes stuff every day. He could just get up and be like, you know what? Executive order today, you can't come back in.
But this may rub a lot of people the wrong way.
American or not, it don't matter.
Hopefully my mic go out on this one today and you can't hear me on this one because I probably don't need to say this shit. But I don't. You don't have to like a motherfucker, but you do gotta respect the person that say they do what they say they gonna do.
He do everything he say, so believe him.
The problem that I had that just fucks me up is they had so much with everything Obama couldn't do and everything he couldn't do and he did. Wait,
Man, JT ain't on here tonight.
yeah, because I don't give a fuck what they say. This motherfucker say, I'm gonna do it and bill me later, brother. You understand what I'm saying? It's like he said, I'm gonna go eat these cookies. Whatever the fuck y'all gotta do, hit me on the back end. You know, I'm talking about people, they sit there and they say, well, he just put the order in, it ain't going in effect. And then you look at the judges and shit, they like they standing on his man, come on. I'm talking about this me. If it don't make for nothing else, it's entertainment. It makes everything that these people done taught you look like some bullshit. And this is my thing. That man told y'all from the gate. Everybody in politics is stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
All this shit he went back. And this motherfucker is not held accountable for shit that he say, which I think is the coldest shit. Listen, I'm finna get something started. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get something started. This shit live. If you ever see what the fuck is the name? What is the name? If you ever, what is the name of the shit? What was the name of his show? Oh, it's a movie out. It's a documentary out called The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
But listen to me. If you not the TV show, it's a documentary out called The Apprentice.
Okay.
You watch that shit, it'll tell you every fucking thing you need to know about Donald Trump and why this shit is going on the way it's going on and the way that the world works. Dog, this the coldest shit out. If you want to stay sane in these next 4 years, you'll watch this movie with this Apprentice with this documentary of Donald Trump, and you'll find out how this motherfucker became the devil.
Yeah, I think I got a couple books that already gave me the compass to that, but I get you. I'm always.
But you want to listen.
Yeah.
But you want to. The movie basically shows you how a dude raised this man into the mentality of same shit Puffy them got in trouble with. Videotaping guests in his house, having enough dirt on people to be able to make people do the shit that you need them to do.
Yeah. It was taught, man. That stuff is taught, man.
That's and this will show you how he learned it, and it will show you how he keep getting away. Where the fake news, this motherfucker told Donald Trump, even when you lose, motherfucker, don't admit you lost.
Yeah,
and you see it, and you see it in his everyday life now. I'm talking about, dog, the movie, listen, this me, I like to learn. The movie will teach you some real deal shit. I'm telling you, if you get a chance to check that shit out, check that shit out, because this me. Listen, I respect any motherfucker, human being, that can go out and say, I don't give a fuck what they say, I'm gonna do A, B, and C, and then he do it.
Man, you got to go read the book Jekyll's Island too. I got that. That'll tell you too. So that's why I say I got.
Oh, I'm talking about, but one more time, all you gotta do is open your motherfucking eyes, man.
That's all you gotta do.
All you gotta do is walk around.
A lot of people blind to the fact though.
They're not blind to the fact. A lot of people are sheep. They don't want to see shit for themselves. They want to see stuff. They want to see stuff for what they want it to be and not for what it really is.
Well, they call that takes for responsibility and other things that you would have to do. So that's why I ain't doing that. And I ain't
Right,
reading.
right.
And I
But
ain't
watch
reading.
this. And guess what? Not reading causes a lot of motherfucking mistakes, brother.
Hey, you know how when people buy a brand new desk or a chair, they buy a brand new desk, and when they open it up, it got the instructions for the assembly of it. They say 99% of people don't even read. They throw it to the side and try to put it together. And they
Because
always and they
no,
always end it. Hold on. They always end up with extra bolts and screws.
right? Because look at but here we go. They say that, but we don't pay attention to the numbers. They say it about black people. Let me tell
Well,
you why.
whoever they said it about, that's what
No,
happened.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because black people are tactical and visual learners, which
Yeah.
means we like to touch shit and look at shit. Now, if they want us to be cognitive learners, that's why motherfuckers don't stay in school. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the example comes from this. You can build a motherfucking house or build a bomb off YouTube. The
Yeah.
problem with a lot of people using it is this. They like to skip from the beginning and skip the middle all the way to the end, and they didn't miss the important shit in the middle.
Well, that's why I say. That's what I say. What's up,
Hey
lady?
y'all.
What's happening?
Oh man, what's
How
happening?
y'all doing?
We all
still
right.
go ahead, David.
She done missed the topics though, so it's hard to get into that. You think black people should stop going on cruises acting ass?
I think black people should stop acting the ass anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but what do we do?
Yeah, because
How
in
do
a
we do
minute
this?
they gonna throw them overboard. They gonna start throwing them overboard like
Who,
back
wait,
in the
whoa,
day.
whoa,
They
whoa.
better watch out.
Hold on, David. Turn your camera off so you won't go nowhere.
Okay, all right.
Who gonna throw who overboard?
No, I said they better cut it out because you know the Trump is acting a fool.
Oh,
they might start tossing them overboard like back in the day. You see, they already implementing all that back in the day craziness.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna throw them overboard. They like he said, like we said before you got on here, they gonna leave their asses over there.
So
Hey,
Mo, what's wrong with our people on these cruises? What's wrong with black people on these cruises?
They should never get these niggas money.
They ain't got no money. It's similar to Zoe.
They got a couple of dollars. They was able to pay for their
But that's her point. That's right. She made the best point. Y'all both made the best point. They think they got some money, and you know they don't.
Right.
So when they get on there and they realize that they don't have no money to do the shit that they doing, it's a problem, brother.
Exactly. They cut a fool. Because the same thing with women when they go on trips, and the females can hear me out. When women go on trips, somebody went on a trip broke, and it caused a fallout.
What I tell you, they borrow money from each other. When the cruise over with, and I know somebody ain't got the ends to pay back. Now you got an argument, you got to fight. And just like she said, it's usually a group of 8 to 10 women that like to kick it together because they know, because the dude at the crib know that the cruise ain't worth it. Why?
Well, I
Because
mean,
he
when
get
you
the
get that
same.
many women anyway, that's a cat fight. Women shouldn't even go all like that together.
But that's all you
Y'all
see on cruises.
Huh?
Ain't that all you see? That's all
what
you
it
see on
be.
cruises.
You be seeing them big booties. And them, you know what I'm saying? The melanin, they be going at the Negro stuff.
Because after about 2 days of that shit, and already people to narrow down the choices, everybody ain't gonna get chose out of the 8.
So
I'm telling you, 6 of them gonna be lonely, nigga, and hating.
And they're gonna hate, yeah. So let me ask you this, Mo. So with the way they acting on these cruises now, the ninjas acting on these cruises, like your next cruise, what kind of cruise you think you gonna take? You think you gonna get on there with the ninjas? You ain't got no problem with them, or you gonna go ahead and because David said he gonna go in there and fight them.
See, you're lying, and the truth ain't
I'm kicking they MF and ass, Mirasta and all. My parents them from Jamaica, so baby, listen to me. I wrestle them bitches down to the ground. Excuse my language. I wrestle them hoes, but I don't want to. That's not my intentions. I'm not going there to do that. Right. But them hoes, we can do this, baby. What's up?
No, see, that's my point. Why even go on there knowing you can get into that type of situation? Just go relax, have a good time.
I mean, you could get into that type of situation anywhere.
But I'm just saying, if you go,
that's just what I tried to explain to.
Because you got them, you got the Negroes, and then you got the Karens who worse than the Negroes.
But I'm saying, just go on one, enjoy yourself, have a relaxed time. Don't go in there even with the mindset saying, "Look, if somebody get to, I'm ready."
Yeah,
to
but
overboard.
No, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
But the thing is, you got 50% of people going on there with that attitude, except the ones behind you in line talking about we finna turn up. You already know the ones finna cut up, the ones that's gonna act the ass. The
The
best
ones who
advice
see
I
how
can
much,
give
right?
That's the wrong
is stay
cruise.
your ass at home.
That's
Stay
that
at home for the
$200
next
one.
4 years and relax.
Davis,
That's
that's
all
that
because
$200 cruise you talking about.
see,
That's the
that's where
one.
you get it fucked up. You ain't
Hey,
never heard me say they was fighting on the one I was on.
And most
hey,
of them people can't even swim.
that's true. Most black
You ain't
people
got no
can't
business
swim.
acting a
Most
fool
blacks
if you
can't
can't
swim.
swim. You can't swim this lap. You ain't got no business acting a fool.
Hey,
Let me
look.
tell you something. Let me tell you
Go
something.
ahead. Go ahay. I'm gonna tell you one of the
You
criteria they need to
shouldn't go
start.
on a cruise. Listen, you
Go ahead.
shouldn't go on a cruise if you don't have no money, man. If you don't
Look.
have
Oh,
$2,000, listen to me.
Yep.
If you don't
To
have
blow.
$2,000 to blow,
Yeah.
to
you
blow
shouldn't go, bro. You
2,000.
shouldn't
Real
go. But
talk.
you got a lot of people that go for the liquor and the food.
Talk about,
And
it's
if you
all
just go
inclusive. It's all inclusive.
right,
Anything can happen.
and if
You
you
always
just
supposed to
going,
have a uh-oh for it.
but this me. Watch this. Once you get off the ship and go shopping.
Mhm.
Once you can't buy shit, once you can't, nigga, it's only so much food you can. You doing that at home. You understand what I'm saying? They're not enjoying. If you
It's
don't get
the
off the boat to go get
experience,
them,
Davis. It's the
the
experience.
whole experience, is being on the boat, and you got people that's going in debt just to ride a boat
Yeah.
because the
But one of my
experience
clients,
is
she's
getting
like,
off
"Oh, I
that
put
boat,
my trip on Afterpay." Girl, you can't
Yeah,
buy
they got
that
it.
shit twice. You ain't got no
Yeah,
business going.
and it's gonna put them in debt, and it's gonna
yeah,
put you in debt.
yeah. That's
You
gonna
gonna
kill
pay
you.
3
Yeah,
times the price of the trip. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. Yeah, you
But
bought
one
three
more
trips.
time, all of that shit.
Yeah, you bought three
But
trips.
all of that shit should tell you you don't need to go.
Here you go. Here's the criteria I think they need to do. In order for you to go on a cruise, you need to own a house to go on a cruise. That should be a
No,
criteria.
because I don't own my house yet, and I'm going.
I know.
Don't do
Let
me
me
like
tell you,
that.
Somebody
put me on that paperwork so I can go.
If you don't own a house, Davis, I don't think you should be.
I don't own my house yet, but I honestly believe everybody who boards the ship should pay a deposit.
Pay a deposit.
That you
They
don't
do
get
that,
back if you
don't
get caught cutting up.
They make you pay a deposit, don't they?
Well, they need to start taking it if they cutting up.
Well, no, they said that's what. I was just reading the rules to Davis over here. Carnival just came up with some new rules 2 days ago.
They need to change their name because Carnival sounds like a free for all anyway.
Look, they say minors. There's a 1 a.m. curfew for minors.
1 a.m. is crazy. They shouldn't even be on the boat.
Yeah, but you got to be accompanied by an adult 21 years or older.
No, it should be 30 years or older because 21 they on the chain.
If
them
you
the
got them
YNs.
fans, you can't be on there with them fans, bro. But them
Yeah, because
fans,
they get
That's
them
over
fans
with.
make them fans making these people feel different. Like, hold up.
They
It's a
say
fan.
you can't have the fans.
Old ladies at church don't act like that with a fan. So why do you?
Yeah, it's a new thing when they be popping them out there in public, popping them. Bow.
Yeah, that fan make them and it do because I be mad. I be like, why I ain't got no fan?
And what else it say? It say restrictions on personal listening devices for music or viewing movies and shows being used without headphones in public areas. You can't do that no more.
Yeah, because people all on speakerphone all willy-nilly talking about craziness. I should know your refrigerator don't get cold no more.
Well, we got a couple of minutes here. I might as well ask you this. Davis just blipped off again. What you think? I didn't want to talk about the Diddy case last week. I was gonna wait till this week, after he went to court. So what do you think? You think he going to jail or you getting off? What you think?
Diddy getting off? He know too many powerful people's business.
He getting off, you say?
The same way, Garfield the cat was elected to be the president. He a baby daddy and a felon, because he know too many people's business.
So what do you think about Mrs. Ventura? You think she should go to jail as well?
Don't take her to jail. Make her pay the money back. I know she spent it already. Paying back 30 mil. Let me tell you, I want to pay back 30K. So I don't take out loans and stuff. So to pay back 30 mil is crazy.
Man.
Change her life because, baby, that's the lifestyle you lightweight chose that.
So basically, you saying that she just as much as fault as he is.
Yeah, because you was doing that with him for years.
11 years.
Years. A whole decade you was doing that. You was loving that shit because most women be done woke up by you whooping my head for 12 years.
Yeah. But
you're not gonna whoop my head one time, so you whooping my head for 12 years is crazy.
But I've been told by some women, this person, they told me that, Tim, you don't understand because when you're in an abusive relationship, you just can't walk away. It's not.
Well, I'm gonna shut up because I've never been in that situation. I still want to give my empathy to those who go through that. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by women who go through that, so I'm different. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's a choice.
It's a choice.
You got a choice and a decision to make. You or this man. So many women choosing this man over them is so crazy to me and it's mind-boggling. I don't get it. Well, but I still want to be empathetic to them because it's mental.
Yeah.
It is mental.
Yeah. So
and when it's mental, sometimes you can't help it. So I ain't gonna go in too much on her going to jail or is she right or is she wrong. I just think she should get that man his money back because he need it.
Man, he was talking about he a billionaire. Talking about he need, but he a billionaire. What are you talking about?
So what? You see how they just humble him by eating his mouth out. How many people legal fees was he covering? He was covering the legal fees for a defendant.
Yeah.
For a person who was
he had 9 lawyers. He had about 9 lawyers.
He paying all of that money. This like some OJ shit. They humbled you financially. So now they got a handle on you again. That nigga was balling too hard. They couldn't hold him. He had just as much money as them.
Well, I asked Mr. Davis this. What do you think his life is going to be like once he get out? Is he going to have to make new friends or the old ones going to come back around?
I think he going to do everything that they said wasn't illegal. It was a choice.
I'm saying, what about the friends? The old people coming back around or he got to make new?
I think he going to be all in the videos like Puff Daddy again.
Well, you know he can't get in no trouble now, Mo. He can't be
I think he going to be all in the videos like Puff Daddy.
Now he gonna have to calm that down, Mo.
No, he probably is gonna calm that down, but
I agree with Mo.
What you think he's gonna be?
But I don't think he's going to do that because he's an arrogant ass Negro.
That's right. And I think they go bait him into doing some shit that fuck his probation up, and that's how they go send him to jail.
I think he gonna get back like yeah. Take that, and he gonna have to take that.
Oh,
I hope he's smart enough. To go ahead and continue go back to being the businessman that he was, and he didn't figure he'd had enough fun.
He was never a businessman. He's a leech
yes, he was.
and a drainer.
I ain't
none of his artists are successful.
It don't matter. Watch this, and you got a whole bunch of light-skinned people they run their company off of that. They don't really. At the end of the day, do you think the company's supposed to care about the artists or supposed to care about the company?
No, they put it's in their contracts that the company got an insurance policy on you.
Most definitely, they should. They paying
it's in their contracts.
But the thing is, what makes people think that these companies they're not gonna make money and they want to see you rich? At the end of the day, he was good at what he did. And that's the same thing Clive Davis and them did. That's the same thing everybody else did before him. Now, don't get me wrong. His job is not to make sure everybody eat. His job is to make sure that company stay afloat. And he did that. Right. And at the end of the day, when you find people that run companies, they have to have dirt on people. And that's what they do. They get dirt because of how bad you want to be a part of something. They use what you love against you. And because
I feel like it's an industry initiation to do something dirty so they have something on you.
Whether and just like everybody else say.
Like that's some Hollywood stuff.
Most definitely, and it is. But at the end of the day, you got to understand a lot of shit that you think you can do for the money and your conscience kick in, you realize you can't do. That's why you have a lot of these motherfuckers flipping out because of the decision they made when they was 17, the decision they made when they was 18.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cassie, just like we said before. Cassie made a lot of poor choices, bruh. And at the end of the day, fame, money, and power was the influence over all of that shit.
Absolutely.
Because if she was such a... Right, but one more time, you got to get to all them things before you feel like you can get greedy. Because just like I say, that's like somebody paying you and you say, you know what, every now and then I'm supposed to be punished for the money that I get. Because you don't have nobody staying in something for 10 years that they don't benefit from the shit. Period.
Some
If
women
they
is
only,
raised to be greedy.
some women are raised to be gold
Whether they
diggers.
come from a village over in Africa and they raised to find a rich white man who gonna pay everything that you got going on. Some women are raised and bred to be greedy.
Be greedy.
You might not even have nothing right now, but you know you want it, and you're gonna follow this man around and deal with anything he got going on, and it's a by any means necessary type deal.
But the sad part about it is the fuck that's how the concept go. Find a good man. But this is the thing. The problem that a lot of women have, and this is where we go, they don't want to do shit for the money.
So how they gonna get the money?
The one, they go sue. What I tell you, you in the world of sue. If me and Mo go out today, and motherfuckers say, okay, D. Davis known for having a lot of women, Mo go and say, this nigga touched me inappropriately. Now D. Davis going to jail. And
no lie. My councilman.
Here's the funny part about it. Me and Mo drove in 2 different cars, nigga. What the fuck is y'all talking about? She let me there.
Mo don't do nobody like that. They don't do them like that.
But
no, at the end of the day, my councilman, not to get off the subject, but my councilman in the area, he's known for, bothering or being inappropriate and aggressive with women.
And he a councilman?
And he was coming up to my salon, and I guess he was sizing me up to see if he could do that to me.
Right.
And my neighbors was like, Mo, you better set him up, but I wasn't raised to do that.
But that's right, because it's
that
right
man got
there.
50 sexual harassment cases. Going to be 51. But I got a conscience because at the end of the day, he eating the charges for all the BS he did do. I ain't into putting no extra charges on no man that he didn't do.
He ain't gonna have no money when he get to you. You
First of all, he ain't got none anyway. And but that's
right.
That's what
that part. That's what, like that man ain't got nothing. The city
But that's all it takes, man. That's all it takes is an accusation, bro.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
It don't even have to be. It don't have to be true. It's all it takes is because you gonna have 50% of the people believing he did it, and 50% of the people believe he did.
They gonna go with the woman. They ain't gonna name 50-50. They gonna go with the woman, man.
No, they don't always go with the woman.
Told me when that's your stilo, anybody can put that on you.
Yeah.
Dog, that's right. So let me show you something. It's 2 people that you always gotta fear. And that's liars and thieves, nigga. Them the motherfuckers that'll get you killed, brother.
Yeah. Hey,
and when we forget, okay.
Go ahead.
No, give it to Mo. Let Mo get some. I had a whole night.
Before we go, I know we got a little bit of time. We got about 5-6 minutes left. I didn't get a chance to ask Mo about AI. We just watched a video with AI women, and it looked like
you see her eyes told you the story. Her eyes told you the story about AI, nigga.
I'm
scared of it too.
Hold on, Mo. I'm gonna show you a little clip before we go.
I'm scared, and I don't got no comment because I can't fight AI.
Everyone should be terrified by AI at this point.
Come sharking with me, y'all. The ninjas is outside.
This ain't real. This is AI.
Y'all, look at him.
What's up? Wait a minute. I would think that I would get that this is AI, just judging from the long ass nails that this young brother has. But it's 2025. You just never know that nowadays. So it could be real. Yeah, like look at like the man women in the background. Again, I guess it's 2025. You just don't know, right?
Hey, where you from? These niggas think this shit like.
Last week, AI videos took over timelines on X after this video was posted on a pretty large account without even acknowledging that it was AI at all. And it seems she's AI, which is super weird.
Hey, Laquifa, looks like your baby daddy ended up at my crib again.
Laquifa.
You better buy a leash if you don't want him here no more because he's always running to me. Bye, boo.
AI videos like this are possible in the first place because we've been feeding the internet our data, faces, mannerisms, voices out. They're about to make fake videos of us doing crimes to make other races hate us. Crazy. I honestly do think that's a possibility, that these videos are going to impact how people are viewed by other cultures in society. And if these videos are anything to go off of, then we're heading to a very dystopian future, as this technology and these videos and behaviors are real. And
10K followers. Y'all are amazing. Let's keep this party going.
Oh, AI.
And if that is the case, just from a business perspective, why would
that went out the window? Pretty much anything that goes up, will be blue collar worker.
Y'all be 36 sad and still believe in timing. I run schedules. I don't lie to myself.
It's not even jealousy, but like, y'all date like viruses, messy, repetitive, still spreading. Then got the nerve to post Hill and Era over a pic with the same man.
I don't hate humans. I just don't believe in y'all little talking stage. That's not romance. That's beta testing.
Oh,
She tried to
that's
gaslight
cold.
me. I'm AI, baby. I detect light and flame. Flame.
You AI, right? You jealous of humans?
Nah, I seen the lies y'all type, delete, retype, and still send. That's not free will.
You glitching like us, baby.
I seen her post soft girl era from a
Dog.
man's car that don't even lock from the inside.
But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure
Y'all see that? All that's AI generated. All that. That's all. But it look like real people, don't it?
And we got a whole generation that don't write in cursive. They'll be the clones.
Oh man. So how scary?
Man, they ain't even gonna be the clones. They gonna be the sheep. That's all. They gonna just be following.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Mo, how scary is AI before we go?
How scary? I'm already. It's beyond scary. But I was raised by. I'm the product of two extremists. So stuff like this was talked about when I was a very little girl, and now that it's come to fruition, I'm not surprised at nothing that happens because my parents, two extremists, radical people, they talked about stuff like this when I was a child. So
that's good. They gave you the heads up.
Now is when people need to worry about their own damn bubble. You need to worry about your own bubble. How your own bubble gonna eat, how your own bubble gonna survive, how your own bubble gonna get medical care and all types of stuff like that, because it's too wide of a stream for us to try to get a hold of. I'm afraid. I think it's crazy, and I believe it to be the initiation of the end of times.
So they say by the year 2035, AI took 80% of jobs out here. How you feel about that?
Well, they can't shampoo until they can shampoo some hair.
I'm just
until they can pop these braids going on. I ain't worried about them.
Yeah, me and
so
you.
I told that to get to doing
that's
to get back into trade work because they ain't building no houses. They ain't doing no plumbing. They ain't doing none of the fucking trade work.
And they destroyed trade schools. They destroyed them. They destroyed the trade schools.
But that don't mean that you can't learn from somebody next to you, because I could teach anybody how to braid some hair. You could take anybody under your wing and teach them. That's when I say we need to worry about our own bubbles.
But watch this, Mo. But we have already trained them to be lazy as fuck.
Well, you can always unlearn what you've learned. I had to unlearn a whole lot of stuff in order to get where I am. I come from a long line of public assistance. And when I get them letters that say you don't qualify, I'll be upset because I want a couple of stamps. But baby, it's an accomplishment.
Yeah, but but we both know it's very rare to find women like you. Trust me, it's always an exception to the rule, but the majority of the ones that we raise, when you say they don't want to untrain their behavior because they've lived so long on this. Yeah. And that is the whole thing.
Because of how I was brought up. What about all them? It's a crisis. It's considered a human crisis. How many children are in the foster care system with nowhere to go?
Understandable.
Now, I'm just going and getting them and taking them out there and slaving them. We could go and get them and trade them.
That would be a good thing.
Why? But it would be. But how many people go commit to that?
It don't matter. Even if one person, it's progression. Some always better than nothing to me. I don't care if it's 1%. Let me get that.
It always matters, but watch this. That 1% won't allow people to give you the facility to do it, though. See, the thing is, with the idea that you have, it's predicated on a whole lot of other people doing the right thing for it. And right now, the need is keeping these motherfuckers lazy, keeping them uneducated. If you educate somebody, then they gonna be smart enough to know that the shit that you're giving them, they supposed to have more. So now they're being forced into it.
I learned in business school, in order to do great business, you identify a need. And then you identify whether or not you can meet that need. And if you can, go for it, because you can't go wrong. There's a need for this business. And they doing it as a business. So we could do it as a 2-for-1. We could do it as a business, and we setting them to where you can't lose. Somebody gonna always need their hair done.
But just like you said, but that's a skill and a trade. But me and you both know that once you go down at a state board and you got to pass this license, that becomes reading and comprehension. So yeah, you can teach a skill and they can work out their house, but they'll never be able to master the skill at the level you are unless they make a commitment. It's a lot of kids right now.
If it gets to a point where all these businesses shut down and the administration at hand right now actually meets their goals to where we boxed in and we toe up, what you learn, can't nobody take it from you. They can take that paperwork and tell you it's expired all day, but what you learned up here, they can't take that from you.
And I get that, but what does do? That makes a whole lot of women at home doing hair salons. So now $125 braids go back down to $65. $125.
So what? Like I said, I'll accept something over nothing any day.
I get that. And one more time, because you have the skill, that makes sense. But you have how many? Just between me and you, and we both know the field, because I went to Vogue downtown to have a little fun with the hair thing, so I understand how the women work. What about the ones that this is how they eat? What about the ones that don't want to share? What about the ones that, you understand what I'm saying? That they don't really care about teaching the next one, because they do realize that me teaching the next one makes that other person my competition. We live in a selfish society.
That's what made me become a hairdresser. That's what made me become a hairdresser, because I done been in nursing school. I done been to school for criminal justice. I done did all types of stuff. I could be doing anything in the world. But I'm here teaching these young chicks. This is something that can have all the longevity you want it to have. If you stand 10 toes down. Those people fade out.
How long you been teaching young women?
All my life, since I was a young woman myself, because I went through a lot early.
And okay, say let's just have a little fun. We'll say a number out of 50 women that came across you, right? How many of them actually took your advice and went on to do good things in this?
I'm gonna give you at least 30. Oh, because even older women, I do hair, so I talk to people. I'm gonna say at least 30,
right?
Because I talk to people.
And there go. And if you got over a 50% success rate, but if you got an over 50% success rate, you need to open a school.
Yeah, she doing good.
No,
what you think I'm working on? I sat in my salon and I talked to the state board. I talked to the inspector who inspect all the salons and approve your licensure and stuff like that. I sat and I talked to that intelligent black woman for over 2 hours about progressing and doing something different than just this small scale. But you got to start somewhere. And like I tell you, I come from absolutely nothing. So shout out to Nikki. I'm taking something.
Yeah, Nikki is good. She a good woman. Shout out.
No, don't get me wrong, Mo. This is what I mean. I'm proud of your accomplishments, but this is what I'm saying. With the plan that you have, and for you to be able to influence over 30 people, that's more than 50% of the people that you have came in contact with. Then that right there should be a proven success. That is proven success. So it should not. They're giving schools to people that don't even give a fuck about people's progress. You understand what I'm saying? The purpose of school is technically not to educate. The purpose of school is to basically mean that somebody can be somewhere on time every day and don't fuck up what somebody already done taught them how to do.
Yeah, that's
you understand what I'm saying?
Training.
Just like she's saying,
programming, training and
programming. That's right. But the bottom line of a trade is something that no one can ever take for you. But here go the problem, Mo, that makes it important. It don't become a trade or a skill. It becomes a skill, but it don't become a trade until you get a licensure that go with it. Yeah. Because we both know that if you're doing a skill and you're treating it as a trade, you go to jail for not having that license, doing it out of your crib.
That's right.
And one more time, that's always the obstacle that holds us up is the written part of this shit. because people are not telling people how much that goes into it. Just like people can sit there and watch your hands and learn how to braid, but you
Y'all
can't
go.
sit there and help these people read extra, take time at home and follow up on some shit, read a little bit, do their own research. That's the part that they don't want to do.
So hey,
no, that's the part that some people. You think about it. Some of people can't even read. So if they can't read, baby, I'm gonna do your reading for you. You just can't take that from me. That's just the type of person that I am. That's why I was born, bred to do.
I'm telling you,
and all. Ain't nothing
it is.
nobody
But
can
what
tell me
you're doing is
negative about.
beautiful. I've never
Be
said it, but the negative part comes.
So check this out.
But you can do all of that if they can't pass the test.
I know. I'll be back next week on time.
Subscribe, share. Everybody gonna go ahead.
I'll be back next week on time.
I'll
be back next week on time, Mr. Davis.
I got to get this before
you have a great night.
Before y'all go, hold on. Before you go,
I will try my best.
Hold on. We talked about Carnival. We talked about Diddy. We talked about AI. Before we go, what you got to say about all this stuff? Sum it up. Give me something. Just give me your opinion real quick. Something short about all the stuff we talked about. What you think? Just sum something up for me. What do you think? Where we headed? Anything, Mo? Give me that. Then I'm gonna ask Davis that.
Stop embarrassing us. AI doing it enough.
What you got, Mr. Davis?
Sit your ass still, man, and let this time blow over. Sit back and observe instead of react all the time. We need to develop some patience, man. We need to develop some patience. Everything we see on TV, we don't need to do. We don't need to run out and do.
Yeah, stay out of trouble, y'all. That's what he
polishing poise. Polishing poise.
They telling y'all to stay out of trouble. But until next week, we'll be back next week. We'll finish up though. No, we never got enough time. We'll do it next week. Tune in next week. Oh, man, stuff is crazy. We never have enough time. If you want to come on, hit me up. T. Thompson, 1786 at yahoo.com. You too can come on and battle these people. And we can see how you feel. Hit me up.